Shell companies. A term that only seems to exist on paper, a mystery, a taboo that is only understood by lawyers and industry professionals, while the general public is kept in the dark about their existence. In today's video, we will be taking a look at what is a shell company and why such entity type is considered high risk. Hello and welcome to another KYC lookup video where we bring you AML related content to help you enhance your knowledge in the fight against money laundering. Before diving into today's video, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Oh, and don't forget to leave us a comment with any suggested topics you would like us to cover in the future. So, what is a shell company? A shell company is an entity with financial assets, but no significant business activity and no publicly known directors or owners. Shell companies don't create products, hire employees, or generate revenue. Yet they somehow store money and engage in financial transactions around the world. Shell companies in some countries may be referred to as international business corporations, personal investment vehicles, phantom firms, mailbox companies, or letterbox companies. So far so good. However, shell companies can also be used by criminals for illegal purposes, such as money laundering and fraud at an individual and enterprise level. So why do shell companies present a risk to money laundering? Shell companies hide the identities of their significant controllers and owners. They can be set up anonymously, letting businesses and individuals engage in financial dealings without revealing who they really are. Shell companies are often created in tax havens. Don't know what a tax haven is? Don't worry, here's a short summary. Tax havens are countries with few or no taxes on businesses, as well as laws against revealing banking information. By starting a shell company in a tax haven, a business can enjoy lower taxes while still have access to foreign markets. Okay, now back to today's topic, shell companies. Reasons and techniques criminals like to use shell companies. Loans. Funds coming from criminal activity can be laundered by lending money between criminally controlled companies. This seemingly legitimate use of the funds can make it appear that the funds were being properly integrated into the economy. However, the loan is then repaid with interest to avoid suspicion. Layering. In some cases, companies are established and then connected in order to create a complex hierarchy of ownership. This helps to conceal criminal ownership and facilitates the transfer of illicit funds between companies, muddying any paper trail. Fictitious business expenses or false invoicing. It is when a criminal enterprise controls legal entities in different jurisdictions. It can employ a laundering technique known as double invoicing. The way it works is that an offshore company orders goods from its subsidiary in another country, and the payment is sent in full to the bank account of the subsidiary. However, both companies are owned by the criminal enterprise, and the payment for goods is actually a repatriation of illicit money where no goods are actually being purchased. Sale of the business. When the criminal sells a business, he has a legitimate source of capital, which will then integrate into the local economy. Buying a company already owned by their own criminal enterprise. Another laundering technique is to purchase a company already owned by the criminal enterprise. This laundering method is most frequently used to repatriate illicit money that was previously stashed in a foreign tax haven. Criminal proceeds from offshore are used to buy a company that is already owned by the criminal enterprise. This way, the criminal successfully returns a large sum of money that has been concealed in another country. Paying out fictitious salaries. In addition to claiming the proceeds of crime as legitimate business revenue, criminally controlled enterprises will pay out salary to fictitious employees or to people used almost as money mules who receive a payment as if it was a salary. Using nominees as owners or directors. To distance a company from its criminal connections, nominees will be used as company owners, officers and directors. Nominees will often, but not necessarily, have no criminal record. Further, companies established by lawyers will often be registered in the lawyer's name. Are shell companies illegal? Shell companies in their own right are not illegal, and most people use them for legitimate reasons. Can shell companies be used for other criminal reasons other than money laundering? Yes. There are a number of other criminal reasons why wealthy individuals or criminals would want to use a shell company. Evading taxes. Wealthy individuals may hide money in shell companies to shield it from the taxman. Engaging in illegal business. This can be activities such as arms or drugs trade. Hiding assets from a spouse. Hard to believe, but wealthy individuals use this technique to hide assets from their family or spouse. Okay, let's recap. A shell company is a company with financial assets, but no significant business activity. Shell companies don't create products, hire employees, or generate revenue. Rather, they stash money and engage in financial transactions. Shell companies can be used for illegal purposes like money laundering, or legitimate purposes like storing funds in the early stages of a startup. Well, there you have it. A basic introduction to what is a shell company and why such entity type is considered high risk. Please tell us in the comments section what is your interpretation of a shell company and if you think it's fair to consider such entity type as high risk. Thank you for watching the video, and if you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe to watch more amazing videos.